and these, in descending order, are the answers to that question. Our employee health benefits are going to go up by about $300,000. We actually think it's going to be a little more than that. We've got our Blue Cross Blue Shield numbers, and our rate increase was actually surprisingly reasonable. It's a little under 10%. Now, I say reasonable. I mean, there's been zero inflation in the general economy, and yet I'm saying I'm happy I didn't get a 10% health insurance increase. But a lot of other school systems and towns did not fare as well. And I'm told that next year may be different because however Blue Cross works their numbers, they tend to go up and down. This year was a relatively modest number. We are negotiating with 4 of our labor groups who have either new contracts to negotiate or reopeners on benefits. So this number is not certain yet. It's likely to be in the 325 range, something like that. Second, I mentioned before, there's an increase of $262,000 to run the middle school for the whole year, not just half a year. So that's a big piece. I'm going to say a little bit in a couple of minutes about a new position that we're seeking to establish for curriculum and instruction. This position would in some ways take the place of the assistant superintendency that we got rid of a couple of years ago. And I want to talk a little bit about why I think it's important to try to bring that back. Then we've got special ed tuition for out-of-district kids, state placements, which is when the courts or the Department of Children and Families places a child and sends us the bill. We do have some contracted salary increases. Although the teachers have taken a salary freeze, there are a handful of teachers who have gotten advanced degrees, and they are entitled to a step up by contract. If you get a master's degree or a 6th year, I think there's 5 or 6 people in that category. And then we do have contracts with wage increases for our administrators, our custodians, and our maintenance people. So there's about $90,000 in here for those increases. We're looking for $65,000 to restore most, not all, but most of the cuts that our athletic program suffered in last year's budget. So that's part of the increase. This budget does include an additional teacher at Bradley. Even with that additional teacher, Bradley's class sizes are going to creep up. We're looking for 16 regular classroom teachers. This year they had 17. 2 of them left to go to the middle school. That would take it down to 15. Linda Capola and I just couldn't make the class sizes work without adding a 16th because of some of the kids that came over from the west side of town and just a general increase in young kids on the east side of town. So that's it. We're going to talk a little bit about the alternative education program that we've been planning for the last several months at the high school. That's going to have an increased cost of about $50,000. Transportation will be up by about $11,000. And the asterisk is reminding me to tell you that we are planning to manage the school system with 4 schools with the same bus fleet that we have now. So the increase here is a contractual increase with All-Star that adds about $7 per day per bus per their contract.